Hi everybody, this is Jan. I just wanted to share something with you because there's probably quite a few users of Garmin 305 and people are interested in the new Garmin 405 that Garmin just came out with. I was lucky enough to run across one of them in during the Half Marathon Expo in Lehigh Valley, just before the Lehigh Valley Marathon. So this is the watch. It's really nice and it's really small and it actually helped me achieve my goal in the half. But I'm not going to talk about my goal. I'm actually going to talk about the watch. So you can see that the watch is pretty thick. It has the GPS built in. It's actually built in to the body of the watch, and the body starts right here and goes all the way down here. It's hard plastic. The rest is the regular rubber that you will find on any heart rate monitor that you buy. It's very comfortable actually. When I had it, I ran with it on my other hand. I had my regular heart rate monitor on because I just didn't want to take any chances with a new watch. So it is very comfortable, and when you put it on, it looks something like this. So it's pretty good size for a man. I think ladies may find it a little too big for some of them. Uh, but anyways, it's a sleek watch, and I wanted to show you this watch in comparison to some other watches that you may find in your drawer or you may be using. So let's start with this one. You probably saw this before. It's a Polar S625X, and this watch actually doesn't do GPS. It has a foot pod, and it has capability to connect to the Polar power meter and the Polar bike accessories. But from the size perspective, you can see that the watch is similar in the face size, but the Polar is a little thicker than. I'm sorry, the Garmin is a little thicker than the Polar. So that's a size comparison with the 625X. I have another watch in here that you may have seen before, and that's the RS800. RS800, it's pretty thin watch, and it's really small. It's very comfortable. I've been using it for over 18 months now, and I like it very much. So you can see that the watch is much smaller. The Polar watch is much smaller than the Garmin. But don't forget, it doesn't contain the GPS. The GPS comes from Polar in this thing that goes on your arm. Let me move it to the camera so you can see it. It's actually pretty big. It's not that heavy. It actually goes pretty nicely on you, and it's not that bad. But considering that Garmin built it into this watch, it's pretty amazing. One other watch that I wanted to show you is this one. Some people may use it. It's the Suunto T6, and again, the watch is thinner than the Garmin, but on the size comparison of the faceplate, it's very similar. So that's a comparison with some of the other watches. In all the watches that I was showing you, you actually don't get the GPS built in. Garmin is the only one that has the GPS built in. So now let's look quickly at how you operate the watch. It has only two buttons on the side, as you can see, and it has some writing on the bezel. So what I'll start with is I'll unlock the watch, bring it from the power saving mode into the mode where I can do something with it. You may have noticed that it beeped and told me that the bezel is locked. I'll unlock it by pressing the two buttons at the same time. And the watch actually has 4 different modes. And let's start with the bottom one, which is the menu. It will bring me to the menu, and this is where you put all your settings. You can review your history, set up your training plans, and so on. So this is pretty good way of navigating the watch. And if you use iPod Touch or iPhone, this will be very familiar to you. I'm not moving my arm very quickly, or it's not moving very quickly around. So I actually activated another menu. That's something you will get used to very quickly once you get the watch and once you put it on your arm and not hold it in front of your computer and try to explain how to operate it. It's a little more difficult this way. The other option that you have is to switch on the time and date function, which is a regular function that you would have on for most of the time. Another function is the GPS function. In this menu, you can actually look at how the GPS satellites are being acquired. You can switch on and switch off GPS, and it has some navigation functionality that I haven't had a chance to test yet. So I'm not going to talk about that. And the last but not least is the function for training. So this is the training menu or training function in which you can navigate. Now navigation in this watch is very easy. You just press on the bezel and it switches the function. So you can look at different screens. This is a virtual partner. This is where I can switch on and set the virtual partner pace. And I do that by just moving around the bezel. If I move quickly, it jumps a little quicker. If I move slowly, it goes by ones. So that's pretty interesting, and that's a new way how these things are operated. So you may be asking what you do with the watch when you're running, and it's actually it can be locked. So you can actually use the 2 buttons on the side. We do it this way, and lock the bezel. Now I can touch the bezel and it doesn't do anything until I use the same 2 buttons to unlock it. You can actually do this while running. I had the watch locked during the whole race, just to eliminate any possibility of switching off the GPS by mistake or doing something equally stupid. So this is the watch. One other thing you will get in the package, besides the manuals and the charger, is this little USB stick. The USB stick goes into your PC, and it actually automatically synchronizes with the watch. So what's really cool about this watch is when you finish your training and you come close to your PC, the PC will automatically pull data from your Garmin and sends them automatically to Garmin Connect. It will also send the data into your training center if you have it set up that way. So you can have them locally on the PC and also on the web. Okay, so this is the 405, the first review, just first few things that I noticed about the watch, and feel free to post on my blog any questions, any areas that you wanted me to look at, and I'll either record another video or just have a little post about the details that you're interested in. Until then, goodbye.